Trajan's legacy highlights the power of humility and service in leadership. His focus on infrastructure and public welfare demonstrates the importance of investing in long-term organization and health, and that structure always follows strategy. Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of The Mammoth in the Room. Nicholas Bocconi, CEO of Mammoth Leadership Sciences. You remember, last time we counted down to the GOAT, the greatest of all time, of the ancient China dynasty's political leaders. Today we continue this and delve into one of the most influential civilizations in human history, the Roman Empire, known for its monumental achievements in governance, engineering, and warfare. Rome was also shaped by remarkable leaders who defined its destiny. This episode ranks the top 5 political figures of ancient Rome, exploring their achievements, their flaws, and the timeless lessons they offer modern leaders, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Through the lens of evolutionary psychology and leadership science, we'll uncover what made these leaders extraordinary and what business leaders today can learn from their legacies. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and give me some reviews, either on YouTube or wherever you get your audio podcast from. I also suggest sticking with me to the end because the GOAT, my GOAT, might not be somebody you would be very familiar with. What if the most likely to succeed at the end didn't? And again, like last time, a bit of nomenclature first. CE means Common Era, equivalent to AD, but without the Christian reference. And BCE means before the Common Era. It's the equivalent to BC. So let's count down to the GOAT of the Roman Empire. Number 5, Marcus Aurelius, 121 to 180 CE, Common Era. Kicking off our list is Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king whose reign is often considered the high point of the Pax Romana, peace Romana, Roman peace, known as the last of the 5 good emperors. Marcus Aurelius combined intellectual depth with practical leadership. His meditations on Stoicism remain a guide to resilience and self-discipline, offering profound insights into leadership under pressure. As emperor, Marcus Aurelius dealt with constant warfare on Rome's northern frontiers, economic challenges, and a deadly plague. Despite these difficulties, he maintained stability and adhered to Stoic principles, emphasizing duty and rationality. His focus on the greater good over personal ambition earned him widespread respect. However, his decision to appoint his son Commodus as his successor, a man infamous for his incompetence and excesses, marred his legacy. This highlights the risks of prioritizing familiar loyalty over merit in leadership transitions. So what's the leadership lesson? Marcus Aurelius teaches us the power of reflection and the importance of aligning actions with values. His Stoic philosophy encourages leaders to remain calm under pressure and focus on what they can control. Modern leaders can draw inspiration from his commitment to the greater good while remaining wary of the pitfalls of nepotism. To explore his philosophy, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius is an essential reading. Number 4. Constantine the Great, 272 to 337 CE. He's a transformative figure who laid the foundation for the Christianization of the Roman Empire. Constantine's reign saw significant reforms, including the establishment of Constantinople as a new capital, bridging Europe and Asia and securing Rome's eastern frontiers. Constantine's most enduring legacy was his embrace of Christianity. By issuing the Edict of Milan in 313 CE, he granted religious tolerance throughout the empire, ending centuries of Christian persecution. His patronage of the church not only shaped Rome, but also profoundly influenced Western civilization. Yet, Constantine's rule was not without controversy. His ruthless consolidation of power included the execution of rivals, including members of his own family. His centralization of authority while stabilizing also set a precedent for the decline of republican values. And let's also not forget what Christianization and other religions could do and can do to the ones who have different beliefs. This is not about calling out any specific belief, religion, etc. It's about the feat to unite big parts of society based on certain principles. So what's the leadership lesson? Well, Constantine exemplifies the importance of vision in leadership. His ability to recognize the transformative power of Christianity and align it with Rome's future trajectory demonstrates strategic foresight. However, his methods also remind us of the ethical dilemmas leaders face when consolidating power. For a detailed account for its reign, check out Constantine the Great, The Man and His Times by Michael Grant. Let's go to our number 3. And you know him, Julius Caesar, 100 to 44 BCE. This name is synonymous with ambition and political genius. Caesar's military campaigns, particularly in Gaul, showcased his strategic brilliance and cemented Rome's dominance. His reforms, including the reorganization of the calendar into the Julian calendar, left an indelible mark on governance and daily life. As a leader, Caesar was charismatic and daring, winning the loyalty of his troops and his admiration of the masses. His crossing of the Rubicon in 49 BCE symbolized his defiance of tradition. However, Caesar's concentration of power as dictator for life and his disregard for republican institutions made him a polarizing figure. His assassination on the Ides of March by senators fearing tyranny underscores the risk of unchecked ambition. What's the leadership lesson? Well, Julius Caesar demonstrates the power of bold decision-making and charisma in rallying people to a cause. Yet his downfall highlights the importance of balancing ambition with respect for institutional frameworks and collaborative leadership. For a deeper understanding of Caesar's life, read Life of a Colossus by Adrian Goldsworthy. All right, let's go to our runner-up. This is Augustus. 63 BCE to 14 CE, Rome's first emperor and one of its greatest architects. Born as Gaius Octavius, Augustus transitioned Rome from a fractured republic to a stable empire, ushering in the Pax Romana and the Roman peace, a period of unparalleled peace and prosperity. Augustus was a master of image building, presenting himself as a restorer of republican values while consolidating autocratic power. His administrative reforms, including the development of professional civil services and infrastructure projects, ensured Rome's long-term stability. Despite his achievements, Augustus' centralization of authority came at the expense of political freedoms. His rise to power was also marked by ruthless eliminations of rivals during the proscriptions. What's the leadership lesson? Well, Augustus exemplifies the importance of long-term vision and the ability to create stability from chaos. His leadership underscores the value of strategic adaptability and effective branding, lessons that resonate with modern business leaders navigating disruptive environments. And if you want to explore Augustus' life further, read Augustus, the First Emperor of Rome by Adrian Goldsworthy. All right, let's come to the top of our list, to the GOAT of Roman Empire's greatest leadership. And for me, this is Trajan, 53 to 117 CE. Trajan is Roman Empire's greatest expansionist and a paragon of virtuous leadership. Not somebody who is on the forefront of everyone's knowledge. In fact, when I studied this topic, I was surprised finding someone who is not very well known, and I had 6 years of Latin in high school, but so undisputable recognized as great political leader. Trajan was known as Optimus Princeps, the best ruler. He expanded Rome's borders to their greatest extent, adding vast territories in the Middle East. Trajan's reign was marked by a focus on public welfare. He invested heavily in infrastructure, building roads, aqueducts and monuments like Trajan's column, which celebrated his military victory. His policies promoted economic prosperity and social equity, earning him the admiration of both the Senate and the people. Trajan's inclusive leadership style, which respected the senator's role, stands out as a model for collaboration. Unlike some emperors, he avoided the trappings of tyranny, emphasizing service over personal gain. So, what's the leadership lesson? Trajan's legacy highlights the power of humility and service in leadership. His focus on infrastructure and public welfare demonstrates the importance of investing in long-term organization and health, and that structure always follows strategy. Modern leaders can learn from his ability to balance ambition with inclusivity. And if you want to know more about him, you can read Optimus Princeps by Julian Bennett. Fantastic book. The leaders of ancient Rome, Marcus Aurelius, Constantine, Julius Caesar, Augustus, and Trajan, they offer timeless lessons in vision, resilience, and adaptability. They show us that leadership is not about perfection, but about creating enduring legacies, despite flaws and challenges. Leadership is very rarely, sometimes it is, but very rarely it's only binary. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to stay grounded in values. Constantine demonstrates the power of aligning vision with cultural transformation. Caesar teaches boldness tempered by caution. Augustus highlights the value of stability and strategic branding, while Trajan exemplifies humility and a focus on public good. In summary, leadership lessons from Rome remain relevant for navigating today's complexities. Who is your GOAT among Roman leaders? Share your thoughts, join the conversation. All right, thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and share with anyone who's passionate about leadership. Stay tuned for the next week's episode, where we'll dive into never ask your people to collect wood. We'll explore the importance of purpose in leadership and how showing your team the why behind their work is crucial for creating lasting motivation. And lastly, if you're interested in more, you can order my book. It has the same title as this podcast, The Mammoth in the Room. It offers a practical roadmap, how great leaders and their teams embrace evolutionary truths for outstanding business results. And it does that in 3 sections: on people, on strategy, and on implementation. Until next time, remember, great leaders inspire, adapt, and leave a legacy that transcends time. Nicholas Bocconi, The Mammoth in the Room.